Hi guys! Today we are gonna examine the movie series of Shrek, which is master of criticism and brings a new perspective in animation world, and the references in the movie. First of all, let's talk a little about Shrek. A great castle, singing birds, a country where everyone happy, people who almost died because of much kindness, a society enjoying wealth and prosperity, a handsome prince with a white horse, and of course, a princess waiting to be rescued. Wrong. Shrek doesn't include any of these. It's much deeper than a princess movie. Actually, movie criticizes all of them by includes opposites. Instead of them, there is an old house, a swamp with nobody, unwelcome guests to keep it that way, rude human eating ogre, and a princess practicing kung fu. Pretty surprising so far, isn't it? In fact, Shrek based on the picture book of the same name by an American cartoonist named William Steig. The name Shrek comes from the German word Schreck, which means to be terrified in sudden situations. Indeed, Shrek is rude and cruel enough to terrify us in the first moments. But our character is like an onion, as he says, layer upon layer of a human, I mean giant. Never mind. This is the first impression. As we get to know a little more, we can clearly see his mercy and kindness. We can say that it goes against our usual understanding of the heroic, gentle Prince Charming. We can say that there is a similar situation with Fiona. There is the expected princess image when we first see her. In a tower guarded by a dragon, we see a princess who does nothing except staying beautiful and being patient. She waits for the prince to save her, who is her fate. Although not an onion, we see that Fiona also hides some things. In fact, we see that she is also a giant due to curse. But this is not the only differences from the classical princess.
Contrary to expectations, she is a strong woman who can roll up her sleeves against injustice and defend herself without allowing anyone else. Even it means to say bad things when appropriate. She is beating the patriarchal movie world just as she is beating Robin Hood and his men.
Although other characters fight these taboos from time to time. For example, Shrek's transformation into a human. But there's a donkey who has been at peace with himself from the beginning, and has managed to tame a dragon. With all these characters, Shrek is trying to destroy the stereotypes formed in our minds and instead try to create a vision of a person who loves themselves and cares more about their inner beauty than outside. He doesn't just do it as a character. There's no big bourgeois aim like in all princess movies. So the reason they started is not the prince who wants to save the princess and make her a beautiful wife. A giant who makes a deal with a selfish man to return his own lonely happiness. It all starts with a very small and personal purpose. The movie replaces all the stereotypes found in other movies with freedom. While giving all these important messages, it also contains references scenes that pay homage to countless movies. This is not only enhance the scenes, but also adds to viewing the pleasure. Let's start with the lesser known ones first. The performance here is taken from the movie called Flashdance. We continue with another performance taken from the Fabulous Baker Boys stage.
Think what a year can bring. He's washing dishes.
Night, I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need.
There's also a scene that mixes From Here to Eternity and Mermaid Ariel.
So I said I'm a snowball running down into the spring that's coming on this love.
Ghostbuster, and the Big Cookie Man.
One, two, three, go!
Mission Impossible, and the mission to save Shrek. The classic Marilyn Monroe pose is played by Fiona, who is just as beautiful as Marilyn.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
Dress me by mice, no less. Some crystal glass pumps and no more stress.
This delicate princess must have learned a few moves from Trinity. Shrek, one of the most iconic scenes that comes to mind today when it comes to Spider-Man, is also used as a reference.
Accidentally in love.
More than one scene was used for Lord of the Rings. First, there is Cinderella pretending to be Gollum.
And take it for me! For us. Yes, we meant for us.
Cups and eating crumpets smothered with loganberries.
Yeah, oh, loganberries.
Shut up, Cindy.
Yeah, shut up.
No, you shut up.
Just stay out of this.
Secondly, there is the ring to finger transition scene.
Steady on.
We're in love. Well, baby, I surrender to the strawberry ice cream. Never ever ender.
While you're wondering, is there a movie which take a reference from Shrek? Let's look at the similarity between this scene in Thor Ragnarok and this scene of Snow White. As you can see, we evaluated a unique series that broke the understanding of classic princess rescue movies and went into a few details. It would not be wrong to say that it is a bulbous movie that contains much more than what we have counted.